the U.S. military's most elite operators, the Delta Force and Navy SEAL Team 6, are launching a massive heliborne assault. They arrive in MH-6 Little Bird helicopters.
You said both? Is that true? Surviving Iran, the insane F-15 rescue mission explained by AI Telly. So I heard about this F-15 going down in Iran, but with all the rumors of like, America's losing this war, we're getting f***ed up. It's just like, I don't know what was real and what wasn't. So I didn't look into it.
How did the U.S. pull off one of the most daring rescue operations in history, deep behind enemy lines? It comes down to a strict code the U.S. military lives by: leave no man behind. They will literally send dozens of attack helicopters and over 100 special forces and Delta operators just to bring one person home.
Because you don't understand what it means to be an American, be a patriot, genuinely give a fuck about those to your left and to your right. If you don't get it, hopefully you do one day. If you don't, I can't help you, man. We do not leave anybody behind. Oh, you guys are going to die for Israel. What if I said, yeah? What's up? Wouldn't that make you more scared other than just being like, oh, we want you to be American patriots? No, I want to die for Israel. You like foreigners. You like open borders. I'm going to go die for Israel. What's the problem here? Do you not like Israel now? Pick your battles more wisely, okay?
The mission started when an aircraft went down. After both crew members ejected, the pilot was successfully extracted, but the weapons systems officer was injured and stranded. His survival training instantly kicked in. He trekked all the way up to a rugged mountainous ridge and activated his beacon, just as IRGC militias began closing. Okay, so long story short, some type of surface-to-air missile hit the aircraft. One of the pilots was rescued, and then the other one was stranded, goes to the top of a mountain, hits his beacon. The CIA was one step ahead. They initiated a massive deception tactic, a ruse designed to make the IRGC search entirely the wrong location. When the enemy forces finally realized they had been tricked, all hell broke loose. They swarmed the mountainous ridge surrounding the injured officer. Just in time, special forces swooped in on Little Bird helicopters.
Bro, just laying them out.
Alongside A-10 Thunderbolts and MQ-9 Reaper drones.
Let's go.
But as they moved toward the extraction point, everything went wrong, proving the military is willing to burn a $100 million aircraft just to save a single fallen comrade.
Yes.
This is stage one.
Yes.
When the jet went down, both crew members
You want to know why we'll spend a bunch of money on an American that is downed? That patriot that at least attempted to fight and defend our country, we're going to spend hundreds of millions of dollars to go and get them, is because those people are Americans. They do matter. That's why we're going to go and get them.
This is stage one. When the jet went down, both crew members ejected. The pilot was recovered within hours, but the weapons systems officer wasn't so lucky.
How'd they get so separate?
Look at the map here. This is the crash site.
Okay.
And this is exactly where his survival training kicked in. His immediate objective? Get to higher ground. Despite his injuries, he hiked over 2 miles and scaled a 7,000-foot ridge line. While dodging capture, he managed to trigger his emergency beacon, pinning U.S. forces so they could begin tracking his location.
So probably what I'm going to do on this ridge line, set up some type of like hide site somewhere with my hands. I'll dig a hide site with my hands. I'll re-veg. I'll makeshift my current suit into a ghillie suit, and I'm just going to prone it out. And then I'll probably hike a mile to send my signals up, and then I'll hike back.
But he couldn't just stay on the radio. His communication had to be sporadic if he transmitted too often. The IRGC's signals intelligence teams who were actively hunting his frequency would pinpoint his exact coordinates. Then comes stage two, the CIA's deception game. To buy the downed officer time, the CIA launched a massive disinformation campaign inside Iran. They started leaking rumors that U.S. forces had already found the WSO and were attempting to smuggle him out on the...
See, this is horny because I want to talk about stuff, because for those of you who don't know, like, oh, you know, counterintelligence, whatever. And then like what I did inside of CI for a small amount of time was MILDEC, which is military deception. So I think all of this shit is always like so cool, but we don't talk about MILDEC.
It worked perfectly. This phantom ground exfiltration successfully diverted Iranian military resources and attention completely away from the actual extraction site. That brings us to stage three, the tip of the spear. It's 2:00 a.m. The skies over southern Isfahan
I want to see what the dude looks like.
Are usually dead silent. But tonight, the U.S. military's most elite operators, the Delta Force and Navy SEAL Team 6, are launching a massive heliborne assault. They arrive in MH-6 Little Bird helicopters.
You said both? Is that true? I mean, honestly, it's probably the best thing to do because these are like high tier units. Like they're going to utilize what assets they have on ground. And that's what they do. They're going to go get their bro. And they probably volunteered for it because they're trying to go get in the shit.
Miles above the pitch black mountains,
Spectre
dozens of U.S.
gunship.
military aircraft, including HC-130J Combat Kings and EA-18 Growlers, cast an invisible net over the region. They unleashed a storm of electronic warfare designed to completely blind Iranian early warning radars, all while an MQ-9 Reaper drone kept an unblinking eye on the wounded WSO.
Bruh.
Stage 4, and this is the crazy part. The U.S. literally set up a temporary forward operating base inside Iran. They seized an abandoned agricultural airstrip, just 200 feet wide and 3,900 feet long.
Nikko, are you good at OSINT? I mean, just like open sourcing? Yeah, I mean, open sourcing is like the most basic level of like intel you can start developing, yeah?
They turned an empty Iranian field into a U.S. staging ground. Here comes Stage 5.
How long did all
Despite
this
the
take to
odds,
unfold?
U.S. Special Forces successfully in helicopters navigated the jagged landscape below radar level and reached their objective, establishing a defensive perimeter around the wounded.
So it's Lone Survivor 2.
What happened next was an absolute slugfest. A massive hours-long firefight erupted right in the middle of the day.
Why?
Look at this ridge. They were surrounded, taking fire from all sides. U.S. operators laid down a withering wall of suppressive fire. The commandos locked down a 360-degree defensive perimeter, guns up, air cover overhead, designed to annihilate any IRGC element that stepped within range. But it was the loitering U.S. aircraft overhead that truly tipped the scales.
Bro, I'm gonna tell y'all right now how this shit popped off, bro. Hey, bro. You the pilot? Yeah? You fucked up. All right, let's get you out of here. Oh, shit, hold on. Yeah, there's a bunch of fucking dudes coming home. 1 second. Just sit down, bro. Chill, man. I'm glad we found you, bro. Oh, we're gonna blow all these. Don't even worry. We're gonna blow them all up right now. We got gunships. It's fine. You starving? I don't have any food. Just be quiet. I like hearing their vehicles blow up and them scream. All right, let's get you out of here, bro. Come on, dude. This is gonna be sick. Good shit. I'm not even gonna shoot, man. No, we don't need to shoot. I would have to clean this shit when we get back. I'm not trying to clean my rifle. Like, and you know that makes sense.
Keep the extraction corridor from collapsing, American air power continuously hammered the advancing Iranian units. Assets like the A-10 Thunderbolt rained hellfire down on them.
Dude,
The sheer
A-10 probably
volume of
had a
close air support
fantastic
from the
time.
A-10
We ain't done this in a minute.
flooded the surrounding Iranian positions, taking a heavy toll and resulting in reported casualties across areas like Kuisia and Kakan. That air support bought the ground teams the one thing they needed most: seconds.
Seconds matter.
Just when it seemed like they were in the clear, things went terribly wrong back at the makeshift landing strip near Shareza City. According to the Pentagon, 2 of the transport aircraft slated for the evacuation suffered critical issues and couldn't take off. Suddenly, it was a race against time. The IRGC was speeding toward the airstrip in a massive convoy. Commanders decided to send 3 more aircraft to rescue all U.S. military personnel and the pilot.
How did both aircraft go out of commission?
In a scorched earth move, U.S. forces blew up the 2 disabled transport planes, leaving nothing but charred remains for the IRGC. The wreckage of a USM
That
H-6
is
Little
so
Bird helicopter was
hot.
also spotted next to the remains of HC-130J Combat King 2 rescue aircraft that were destroyed by
Why did
U.S.
we do
airstrikes
that?
to prevent secret military data.
Hold the on. I need to know, I guess, like what was so catastrophic for 2 C-130s in these communities to go down. It's cool, but like for something like that to happen, I foresee somebody really getting in trouble. I wish they would tell us.
This terrain is characterized by jagged peaks and deep, narrow valleys.
Okay.
It is a tactical nightmare for aviators, but provides excellent terrain masking to hide from long-range radar.
Okay.
However, it also allows enemy forces to set up devastating short-range anti-aircraft ambushes. But how did the U.S. lose an F-15 E-Strike Eagle, an A-10 Warthog, and nearly a combat search and rescue team helicopter, and a Reaper drone in a single night?
What? That was before the 2 C-130s? How do we lose all of that in a single night? That doesn't make any sense. And this is the other thing too. These are all different. Bro, are we being psyoped right now? I'm curious. All of these craft are different. You have fixed and rotary craft, and they all have different operational capabilities and operate at some different levels of elevation. This would mean we were flying in an area where they just put up like a new SAM or something. Like maybe that would make sense.
A flight of two F-15 E-Strike Eagles crosses the border at low altitude. A pilot and a weapons system officer were flying their target, a deeply buried command bunker. They used terrain following radar to hide in the valleys, staying beneath the gaze of Iran's long-range Bavar 373 missile network.
Okay, that'll do it.
To drop its GBU-28 bunker buster, the lead Strike Eagle has to pull up and moved above the mountains. This is breaking the radar horizon.
Top Gun 2.
Tor M1's surface-to-air missile system is waiting. It achieves a lock, and two missiles leave the rails. The pilot dumps flares and pulls high GS. One missile is spoofed. But could they evade the second? Well, the second missile detonates on proximity, causing catastrophic hydraulic failure. The crew ejects into the pitch-black mountains, and the Sandy Protocol is immediately activated. But this is the U.S. military, and they will move heaven on earth to rescue a fallen combat.
Hell yeah. Oh, caked up. Fuck.
The crashes near the border, A-10 Thunderbolt II operating nearby are diverted for resort, also called rescue escort. Down below, Iranian quick reaction forces are closing in on the downed airmen.
You did not get dropped with an AK.
Executes a low-level strafing run with its legendary 30mm Avenger cannon, neutralizing the convoy.
But it got taken out by the same SAM.
The noise and tracers give away its position, as the A-10 banks hard, bleeding off airspeed. For context, Iran recently flooded the battlefield with these Chinese shoulder-fired missiles, weapons that are essentially reverse-engineered clones of Russian Manpad. The Iranian soldier fires a Mossad-2 infrared guided missile. At this altitude, countermeasures deploy too late.
That A-10 is in that situation.
Spreads the right turbofan engine. But can the Warthog's legendary armor save it? Yes, the armor did save it from this missile launcher as it flew even with a damaged engine.
That's
because of the armor,
sick.
The pilot managed to point the dying jet toward a plateau and punches out.
Oh, destroy it.
While the A-10 Warthog did not go down over the Iranian mainland. After taking heavy damage during the search and rescue escort mission, the pilot managed to navigate the crippled jet away from the mountains and towards safer airspace. The rugged battle-damaged A-10 eventually crashed in the southern waters of the Persian Gulf, specifically near the Strait of Hormuz.
That dude's gonna get a medal.
A dedicated combat search and rescue package launches. These are highly trained rescue units built for this type of rescue mission.
What about the Reaper drone?
It includes an HC-130J Combat King. This acts as an airborne command center, followed by two HC-60 helicopters, call signs Pedro 11 and Pedro 12. They fly under the radar, topping off their fuel in
We're seeing how this F-15 rescue mission on the pilot happened.
Pedro 11 flares for landing, and the Ps hit the dirt to secure the pilot. Then this happened to hidden Iranian Zu-23, a Soviet-era anti-aircraft gun opens fire from a concealed hideout. It's an ambush. Heavy armor-piercing rounds tear through Pedro 12 as it orbits, resulting in severed transmission lines and an injured crew. The pilot wrestles the crippled chopper into a hard controlled crash near Pedro 11. The rescue mission is now a fight for survival. And
Bro,
Pedro
what the f going on? We out here. Bro, these love living in holes, man. I don't know why. Holes and caves and shit.
The C-130 overhead coordinates an immediate strike. Two F-35 stealth fighter jet loitering high above in stealth over watch drop precision munitions, silencing the anti-aircraft gun. With the A-10 pilot, the PJ, and the crash chopper's crew crammed inside, Pedro 11 is maxed out on weight.
Ugh. I was about to say, you're going to be overdue on weight big time. Especially through the mountains and shit.
Pulling maximum power, the engines screaming, they barely clear the tree line and dive back into the valleys, racing for the border. By 5:30 in the morning, Pedro 11 crossed back into Iraqi airspace. Battered, overloaded, but alive.
Bro, that's crazy.
Await, an F-35 was also hit during one of its mission sorties. To properly analyze this incident, you need to understand that there are two distinct types of missiles.
An F-35 got hit too?
The F-35 was designed to be practically invisible to long-range radar, but it wasn't built to completely hide from heat-seeking missiles. So how exactly did Iran missile manage to bypass the stealth technology of the US F-35? Well, the secret lies in a major vulnerability that is its heat signature. Its geometry and radar-absorbent materials make its radar cross-section,
okay,
essentially rendering it invisible to traditional early warning and targeting radars. To give you some context, this is how a plane's radar signature compares to a bird's. But the F-35 is powered by a single Pratt & Whitney F-135 engine, one of the most powerful fighter engines in the world.
The ultimate fleshlight.
Optimized to defeat radio frequency radar like the billion-dollar S-400 and S-300 missiles. However, stealth does not mean completely invisible. This engine produces a massive heat plume. Instead of using radar, modern air defense networks utilize infrared search and track systems. The answer is this short-range heat-seeking missile like this one.
You
These
know
passive
bro was
sensors
too
scan
low.
the skies
Long
for
story
any heat
short, bro
anomalies
was way too
because
low. Bro should have been up in them clouds invisible, man.
When the missile's IR seeker head locks onto the massive thermal output of the F-35's engine exhaust. But the detection, the F-35 is equipped with a distributed aperture
Bro, I
system.
get it. Science,
Infrared
show me
cameras
this.
Positioned around the aircraft that provide a 360-degree spherical view.
Granny got hit
The
with a
distributed aperture
bazooka.
system detects the intense
Kaboom.
heat signature of the incoming missile's rocket motor
Kablow.
and instantly alerts the pilot. To break the lock, the pilot executes high-G evasive maneuvers while simultaneously deploying flares.
Yeah, it didn't. They said it was okay. It just got like nicked.
If the missile tracks the flares but is already within a lethal radius, its proximity fuse will trigger the warhead. The resulting shrapnel and shockwave can cause significant damage to the aircraft's control surfaces, stealth coating, or internal systems without scoring a catastrophic direct hit, which perfectly aligns with reports of the F-35 sustaining damage but safely executing an emergency landing.
Hot. Do jets automatically deploy flares? Or does the pilot have to do it manually? I'm pretty sure there's a... I feel like you have an option, but I feel like you're supposed to manually deploy flares. I honestly am not sure. But I'm pretty sure it should do both.
The 358 is a unique hybrid between a loitering munition or kamikaze drone and a surface-to-air missile. But how does it work? It flies at slower subsonic speeds and can loiter in a designated airspace in a figure-8 pattern until its optical and infrared sensors detect a target.
I know it just didn't say this missile stays in the air and flies in a number 8 pattern. Yeah, it sounds like we got caught lacking. Like we're gonna have to take accountability for this. It's fine though.
Was guided by a ground-based IRS.
It's making my hands sweat.
It could engage the F-35 entirely within the infrared spectrum, bypassing the jet's radar evading capabilities entirely. This incident challenges the long-held doctrine that fifth-generation fighters can operate with total impunity in contested airspace, highlighting the evolving threat
That fifth
of
generation,
detection.
sixth
But it
generation
has its
bullshit after
advantages as it
Top Gun
cannot
2
hit
dropped
fighter
is so
jets from its
lame, bro.
radius.
Long story short, we have different aircraft for different shit.